Ravens fan, the loss to the Bills is still fresh in everyone's mind. But what stood out the most was Mark Andrews' statement after. Known as a key player for the team, Andrews opened up in a way no one expected. What exactly did he reveal? And how could this impact the Ravens' future? Stick around until the end, because this statement is bound to stir the emotions of anyone who follows the team closely. Go Ravens! Mark Andrews went through one of the toughest moments of his career during the Ravens' loss to the Bills in the AFC divisional round. In the final minutes, he had the chance to tie the game, but dropped the pass, a mistake that weighed heavily on the result. This moment shook not only the team, but also Andrews himself, who remained silent for days. When he finally spoke out in an emotional Instagram post, Andrews expressed his frustration and regret. He described the mistake as devastating and admitted feeling crushed for letting down his teammates, coaches, and fans. In his message, Andrews highlighted his love for football and the dedication he pours into the game. He shared how hard he works to be the best on the field, making this moment even harder to bear. Despite the pain, he assured everyone that he wouldn't let this mistake define him. His words reflected a commitment to overcoming the setback, showcasing a strong mindset even under immense pressure. What stood out most in his message was the respect and accountability he showed. Andrews understands the high expectations placed on him, and instead of avoiding the issue, he faced it head-on. This statement is a testament to his character, proving he's not just an exceptional player, but also a leader who understands the weight of his role in the team. His honesty and openness strengthen his connection with fans, even during such a tough time. It's important to remember that every player faces ups and downs, and this mistake doesn't erase all that Andrews has done for the Ravens. However, this situation raised questions about his performance against the Bills and the impact of such critical moments. Let's dive into how these mistakes influenced his performance in that game and why they sparked so much criticism. Mark Andrews had some good moments in the game against the Bills, but his mistakes heavily influenced the final score. He managed 5 receptions for 61 yards, showing his value to the Ravens' offense. However, a fumble in the fourth quarter gave the Bills an opportunity to add 3 points, and the decisive dropped pass in the final seconds overshadowed his contributions throughout the game. For a player of Andrews' caliber, mistakes like these draw even more scrutiny. As a cornerstone of the team, expectations are always sky high. Even so, it's important to acknowledge that no one is immune to errors, especially in high-pressure situations. The fumble and missed catch didn't just affect the score, but also the team's morale, as they lost the chance to push the game into overtime. Despite this, Andrews remains one of the pillars of the Ravens' offense. It's easy to overlook his importance in games like this, but his consistency over the years proves he's far more than a single mistake in a critical moment. With over 5,500 receiving yards and 51 touchdowns in 7 seasons, he's one of the NFL's best tight ends and continues to earn the respect of his teammates and fans. These isolated mistakes fueled criticism, but also created an opportunity to demonstrate resilience. While fans dissect these errors, Andrews has the backing of key figures within the team. Speaking of that support, let's now explore how Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh stood by Andrews during this challenging time. Facing such a difficult moment isn't easy, but Mark Andrews wasn't left alone. Shortly after the loss to the Bills, quarterback Lamar Jackson was one of the first to console him. Jackson made it clear that the defeat wasn't on one player's shoulders, emphasizing that football is a team sport. "We're a team. This isn't just on you," Jackson said to ease the weight on Andrews. Head coach John Harbaugh also showed his support, highlighting Andrews' critical role on the team and the respect everyone has. Harbaugh praised Andrews for the way he handled the difficult moment, emphasizing his class and determination. According to the coach, Andrews' attitude reflects the mindset expected from a leader. These words of encouragement demonstrate the team's faith in him, even in tough times. This unity reflects the Ravens' culture, where every team member is valued regardless of occasional mistakes. The support from Jackson and Harbaugh not only helped Andrews cope with the situation, but also strengthened the team spirit. When a player feels backed by his teammates and coaches, it's easier to turn mistakes into motivation to improve. While the team stayed united, fans also showed their support through various gestures. This brings us to a touching story involving a Bills fan who decided to help Andrews in a surprising way. Let's dive into how this act of kindness impacted not just the player, but the broader community. Hey, we're already halfway through this video, but I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's super important to help YouTube keep showing you my content, so I can keep bringing you Ravens updates. So, go ahead and smash that like button. It's free. Let's keep going. Andrews' mistake sparked much discussion, but it also brought an emotional surprise. A Bills fan, noticing how shaken the player was, decided to create a campaign to help him in an unexpected way. He launched a GoFundMe to raise funds for Breakthrough T1D, an organization that supports type 1 diabetes research, a cause very close to Andrews, who has lived with the disease since he was young. The campaign was a resounding success, raising over $100,000. This gesture showed that, even in a sport full of rivalries, there is still room for empathy and humanity. Andrews was deeply moved by the support and thanked not only the fan who took the initiative, but also everyone who contributed. He emphasized how, even in the toughest moments, it's possible to find light in actions like this. This support from the outside reinforces the idea that Andrews is not alone. Even amidst criticism and frustration, he has people who believe in his ability to overcome challenges. Additionally, this campaign also helps bring more visibility to the cause of type 1 diabetes, showing that sports can be a powerful tool to unite and inspire people. With so many displays of support, Andrews has already started to chart his comeback, determined to leave this moment behind. Now, it's time to look ahead and see how he plans to use this experience to become even stronger next season. After all the emotional impact of the mistake, Mark Andrews made it clear that he will not let this shake. In his Instagram message, he stated that he is determined to use this adversity as motivation to come back even stronger. For a player with his mindset, every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and that's exactly what he promises to do for the Ravens and for you, who trust in his potential. Andrews' career is marked by consistency and dedication, and he knows that he needs to maintain this standard to help the team achieve great accomplishments. With impressive numbers, such as more than 5,500 yards and 51 touchdowns in 7 seasons, he has already proven to be one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Now, his focus is on working even harder to ensure the Ravens are ready to compete at a high level next season. Furthermore, the support of Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh, and even opposing fans serves as fuel for his recovery. Andrews has everything he needs to make a comeback: talent, experience, and a solid support system. He understands that a mistake does not define a career, and that is why he is so committed to turning this disappointment into a story of overcoming adversity. With this mindset, Andrews' future with the Ravens looks bright. He's ready to turn the page and prove that he still has a lot to offer. And you, do you believe Andrews will overcome this moment and help the Ravens fight for the title next season? Mark Andrews made it clear that this loss was painful, but it also showed his determination to move forward and help the team overcome challenges. With the support of the roster, the coaching staff, and even opposing fans, it's clear that he is more than just a player. He's a leader on and off the field. Now, I want to hear from you. What did you think of Andrews' words? Do you believe he will bounce back next season? Leave your comment below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about the Ravens.